Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Life Pieces by Millie Marin. Thank you for all the love and support that you have continued to show us. As usual, allow me to appreciate the gurus behind the camera, Lux Entertainment for producing this show, and King Lex TV for airing it. Stay blessed. Have you ever prayed and the heavens seem silent? You have prayed over and over again, but you don't seem to get a confirmation of what you are praying for. You don't seem to get an answer. And it's even worse when earlier before then, you had a confirmation that something was supposed to happen. And all you're waiting for is a matter of time before God, actualizes His word. How are you holding up? What are you doing when you're waiting? What happens if it takes longer than you intended? What happens if it lingers for a number of days or years? Are you still going to be patient? Are you still going to wait on God? Today we take another different direction and we talk about waiting on God when the heavens seem silent. As usual, allow me to start with the reading of, a verse. The book of Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 2 to 3, it says, "Then the Lord answered me and said, write the visions and make it plain on tablets, that he may run who reads it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it will speak. It will not lie. Though it tarries, wait for it, because it will surely come. It does not tarry." The Bible tells us that in His own time, He makes things beautiful. Are you at a place where you're trusting God for a transition? You're trusting God for change. You're trusting God to be able to make you, move from one area of life to another, from grace to grace, from grace to grace. Are you at a point where you're feeling that God is taking His sweet time? The good thing about God is He does not sleep nor slumber. You won't, call Him and He'll get a missed call because He's on a holiday in Hawaii or anything. And, something has showed up on your doorstep and you didn't expect it. The turn of events is not as you expected. You expected God to come through for you and to come through for you at that particular time. Remember the story of the children of Israel as they were leaving Egypt? How long did it take them to be able to move from Egypt to the promised land? It took them 40 solid years. And every single day, there was a challenge, one after another. The challenges are not to break you. The challenges are not to make you lose faith in God. The challenges are not to convince you that God did not speak. God spoke. And God is going to make it happen at His own appointed time. He needs you to be able to learn certain things along the way. Funny example. You're walking along, the road and you pick up 1,000 shilling note. What do? Because you haven't worked for the money, you will spend it recklessly. You'll not even think twice because at the end of the day, you just picked it along the road. But what happens when you go to work and you toil and you work for it? By the time you get that 1,000 bob, you will treat it with value. You will be able, you will plan for every single cent of it. For every blessing that God is sending along your way, He wants you to value it. He wants you to feel, He wants you to feel the impact that it's supposed to bring in your life. He wants you to learn through experiences. And some of it, it's not really pleasant. Remember, there's no test without a testimony. If He spoke, He will surely make it pass. He tells us in Habakkuk to write it down. What are the things that God has spoken over your life? What are the things that God has told you that He's going to change? What are the things that you yourself, you're trusting God to be able to move? He's probably not said anything about it yet, but you have a deep desire for Him to change your life. In Psalms, He tells us that, He will grant us the desires of our hearts in Psalms 20. So write them down. Write whatever vision that you have for your life, the things that you want God to do, both short term and long term. And every single day, as you pray, remind God. And we do not write down because God forgets. We write it down so that when He does it for you, you will look back and you'll remember who God is to you and what He's able to do. As we always say on this show, remember, He's the God of all flesh. Is there anything that is too hard for you? For Him. As usual, I'm your host, Millie Marin. Keep subscribing, keep commenting, and let us know what topic you would want us to handle next. Bye-bye.